Are you trying to live a healthier life? Every day you count calories, ditch sugar, cut back on fried foods, and completely eliminate fat from meat from your plate. When did a juicy piece of pork, fat once the star of backyard BBQs, family picnics, or grandma's comforting pot roast, become public enemy number one for your health? But hold on for just a second. What if I told you that all this time you've been misled by a massive misunderstanding? A misunderstanding that's not only made you give up your favorite foods, but could also be affecting your health in ways you never imagined. Today we're diving deep into the truth about fat from meat. Not through the usual warnings, not through advertisements, but through real science backed by leading experts from the United States and lessons from around the globe. This truth could change the way you think about nutrition forever. Are you ready? Let's embark on this journey together. For decades, we've been fed the same story over and over. Fat from meat causes obesity. Fat from meat clogs arteries. Fat from meat leads to heart disease, strokes, and countless other health problems. Every time you see a succulent piece of pork belly or a plate of crispy roasted pork, do you hear that little voice in your head? Be careful. That's fat. It's going to hurt you. The food industry was quick to capitalize on this fear. They rolled out an avalanche of low-fat and fat-free products, promising better health and a perfect physique. Fat-free yogurt, extra lean ground meat, margarine instead of traditional pork fat or lard, all marketed as the smart choice for a better life. But let's pause and think. If fat from meat is really the culprit, why has America, the birthplace of the low-fat movement, seen obesity rates skyrocket? According to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC), over 40% of American adults were obese in 2020, a record high, despite decades of cutting fat from our diets. Let's rewind the clock a bit. In the 1950s and 60s, Americans ate fat from meat without hesitation. Weekend pork roasts, bacon sandwiches, or slow-cooked stews with a rich layer of melted fat, they were all part of the culinary culture. Yet rates of heart disease and obesity were far lower than they are today. Could it be that we've overlooked a critical piece of the health puzzle? Think about our grandparents. They grew up on meals rich in natural fats from pork, butter to lard. They worked hard, lived healthily, and many lived well into their 80s or 90s without worrying about cholesterol or their waistlines. So what changed? Why did we start fearing something the previous generation cherished? It's time to set aside rumors and face the science head-on. The first truth you need to know: not all fats are created equal. Fat from poor, especially from clean, organic sources, isn't the villain we've been taught to believe. According to Dr. Frank Hu, a professor of nutrition at Harvard School of Public Health, the fat in pork contains oleic acid, a monounsaturated fat, similar to what's found in olive oil. Oleic acid isn't just safe, it can help reduce inflammation and improve heart health when consumed in moderation. Let's consider the role of fat in your body. Fat isn't just a source of energy. It's the building block for absorbing fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K, essential nutrients for maintaining vision, strong bones, and a robust immune system. Cutting out fat from meat entirely could leave you deficient in these vitamins, no matter how many vegetables you eat. Beyond that, fat is critical for hormone production. From testosterone to estrogen, from stress-regulating hormones to mood-balancing ones, they all rely on fat to function smoothly. A 2018 study from Stanford University found that diets too low in fat can lead to hormonal imbalances, causing fatigue, reduced libido, and even an increased risk of depression. Now, let's talk about saturated fat, the kind often blamed in meat fat. For years, we were told that saturated fat raises bad cholesterol, LDL, and causes heart disease. But recent science paints a different picture. Dr. Dariush Mozaffarian, Dean of Nutrition at Tufts University, published a meta-analysis in 2020 showing no convincing evidence linking a saturated fat from natural foods like pork to heart disease risk. The real culprits? Trans fats, commonly found in fast food, packaged cookies, and hydrogenated vegetable oils. Trans fats not only raise bad cholesterol, but also lower good cholesterol, HDL, creating a perfect storm in your cardiovascular system. And here's the sad irony. When we cut out fat from meat, many of us unknowingly replace it with foods loaded with trans fats. Think about this. When you ditch fat from meat to eat healthy, what do you replace it with? White bread, French fries, sugary yogurt? According to the American Heart Association, a low-fat diet high in refined sugars and starches can increase triglycerides, a type of fat in your blood, and accelerate the risk of heart disease. Ironically, the very effort to avoid fat can trap us in a more dangerous cycle. Another factor to consider: the source of the meat fat. Pork from industrial farms where animals are fed diets laced with antibiotics and growth hormones may not offer the same benefits as organic pork. According to the Organic Agriculture Association of America, naturally raised pork contains higher levels of omega-3 fatty acids and antioxidants, supporting overall health. And here's something that might shock you. Japan, the country with the world's highest life expectancy, has a secret about fat from meat that we haven't yet uncovered. Let's explore it right now. If you think the story of fat from meat is limited to America, let's look beyond our borders. Japan, a nation renowned for having the world's highest average life expectancy, surpassing 84 years, takes a completely different approach to fat. In Japanese culinary culture, fat from meat isn't shunned. From tonkotsu ramen with its rich broth simmered from pork bones and fat to melt-in-your-mouth pork stews, fats are an essential part. The Japanese eat fat from meat, yet they maintain far lower rates of heart disease and obesity than the US. What's their secret? According to a 2019 study from Tohoku University in Japan, a diet rich in natural fats like those from pork, when paired with vegetables, seaweed, and fiber-rich foods, can support heart health and extend longevity. The Japanese don't fear fat from meat. Instead, they embrace it in balance, with a focus on quality and variety. A key lesson from Japan: quality over quantity. Pork in Japan often comes from carefully raised breeds, like Kurabuta, known for its smooth fat and robust flavor. They don't eat fat from meat in huge amounts every day, but when they do, they savor it as part of a culinary experience. Let's bring this lesson back to America. We don't need to give up fat from meat, we just need to eat it more wisely. Here are 4 practical tips, grounded in science and tailored to the American lifestyle. 1. Choose clean meat sources. Pork from organic or pasture-raised farms is the best choice. According to a 2021 report from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA, organic pork contains fewer contaminants and is richer in heart-healthy omega-3 fatty acids. 2. Pair with fiber-rich foods. A slice of roasted pork becomes perfect when served with steamed broccoli, roasted sweet potatoes, or a vibrant salad. Fiber helps balance fat intake and supports a healthy digestive system. 3. Cook healthfully. Instead of deep frying or using industrial vegetable oils, try grilling, braising, or steaming pork. A pork stew with tomatoes, onions, and herbs is not only delicious, but also preserves its nutritional value. 4. Eat mindfully. Fat from meat is tasty, but you don't need to overdo it. According to Dr. Walter Willett, a nutrition expert at Harvard, a serving of pork, about 100 to 150 grams a few times a week, is enough to enjoy its benefits without worrying about excess calories. Eating isn't just about nourishing the body. It's about joy, connection, and celebrating life. Fat from meat, when used the right way, can be part of a healthy diet, not something you need to eliminate. Before we wrap up, let's debunk some widespread misconceptions about fat from meat, beliefs you may have held for years. Misconception 1. Fat from meat makes you gain weight. Instantly, many people think eating a piece of fat from meat goes straight to their waistline. But the truth is more nuanced. According to a 2016 study from the University of Texas, obesity isn't just about fat. It's tied to total calorie intake, refined sugars, and a sedentary lifestyle. Fat from meat, when eaten in moderation, provides sustained energy and keeps you fuller longer, reducing the urge to snack on unhealthy foods. Misconception 2. Fat from meat always raises cholesterol. For years, dietary cholesterol was labeled the enemy of heart health. But modern science tells a different story. Dr. Ronald Krauss, a lipid expert at the University of California, San Francisco, has shown that cholesterol from foods like pork has a minimal impact on blood cholesterol for most people. Instead, sugars and starches are the main drivers of bad cholesterol. Misconception 3. Cutting out fat from meat is the only way to stay healthy. The low-fat industry wants you to believe that no fat equals no problems. But as we've seen, low-fat diets often lead to higher consumption of sugars and starches. A 2020 study in The Lancet found that a balanced diet, including natural fats from foods like pork, may be better for overall health than a fat-free approach. These misconceptions didn't arise by accident. They've been reinforced by advertising, media, and sometimes outdated dietary guidelines. But once you know the truth, you can make better choices for yourself and your family. There are things we believe to be true simply because we've heard them for so long. Fat from meat is not the enemy. The real enemy is ignorance, when we fear what our bodies need and give up life's simple pleasures. Think back to those old family dinners where fat from meat was at the heart of connection. Listen to the science from leading experts at Harvard, Tufts, and beyond, and savor every bite of fat from meat, not with guilt, but with happiness and appreciation. Today you've uncovered the truth about fat from meat. But the journey of nutrition doesn't end here. There are so many more secrets waiting for you, things everyone seems to know, but aren't quite what they seem. If this video has changed how you think about fat from meat, share it with your friends and family. Hit subscribe now to stay in the loop for more discoveries about health, nutrition, and living better. Together, we'll find the truth and enjoy life to the fullest.